have Extend, Malkier,
yeah,
and Dragon.
So I got to chat with Malkier last night. Malkier went to university for math as a mathematician.
Greg Cape Theorem. This brings back memories. I was about to get a 14 PFC, but then I got a grade on the fifth note, on the fifth to last note. And during that time, I didn't even have a 12 PFC. So yeah, this 14 is pretty straightforward with a couple of flams.
Yep, and both players definitely have the chart knowledge to do this. Malkier ahead by about 2 points. And we are tied.
Yep. Simple crossovers. All these so well.
And we are still tied, both of them. Sitting on the same, on a white combo. And it looked like, oh, Malkier picked up a break.
Yeah.
So lead has shifted to Dragon right now, who's ahead by about 9 EX points right now.
Yeah. Still anybody's game at this point.
Malkier doing a good job of holding up that MA to try to make up for some of that. Picking up a couple of perfects right there.
Yeah, short break. Gonna be some more crossovers before we're gonna be heading into more triplet flams. All right, here come the flams.
Both of them crushing those.
Yeah. Yeah, they got through the run pretty well.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
I forgot about that. I forgot about that last flam. I think that's the last one. I don't think so. Uh-oh.
500 combos.
All right, and Dragon takes it with the PSC 1546.
Not bad. Yeah.
38.
It's playing at 5.5 and 6. Well,
I mean, I would say couldn't be me, but it me, Speed Demon.
well, I can play at 1x.
I refuse to play
Which, by
the
the way,
song.
please don't do that.
Oh God, that is punishment. I refuse to play any song that is 100 BPM at anything less than 6.
I agree with you, but.
All right,
Oh,
we have
got Pluto?
Pluto.
Love this song to death. This was like most used counter pick, no matter what difficulty it was.
It's a knowledge check. Like if you don't know Pluto, you will automatically lose. No matter, you can't side read this chart well.
Yeah.
This chart was created intentionally to mess you up.
I mean, I just want to know what was going on with the artist's mind, because really, all he said was Pluto, and that's all I have to say.
All right, so we saw Pluto earlier on. If you're just getting to the stream, Pluto's infamous for having tons of BPM changes as well as abrupt stops. So we're about to see one come up. First stop.
So the first BPM was supposed to is 50. We're now 120. Yeah, 120. 120 BPM.
All right, Dragon ahead right now by about 13 EX points.
125 BPM.
Both players now sitting on a great. Dragon picked up a great right now, so Malkier has now closed it to 10 points.
All right, stop, and now time for 200 BPM. Now, a lot of people actually hit that freeze arrow earlier than usual because it's a 16 and not an 8. All right, 220 BPM stops.
Malkier picking up a miss. A little unusual.
50. But still execute on 200 BPM.
I think I'm going to
220.
Dragon is still in the lead.
Yep. What can you say about this particular place except that it just has a bunch of stops, but we're going to be heading back down to 120.
All right, Dragon ahead by
125. 130. And finally, 135. Yeah, Dragon took that. I think, was that his counter pick?
I do believe it was. Give me 1 moment. I'm going to go ahead and walk over.
Got it.
Oh, my knee.
Oh. Yeah, he dropped his phone. He's okay. So yeah, both players won, I believe, so might be going to the tiebreaker. All right, so we got no plan days. A pretty easy 16, but it's not straightforward. Really, all you have to worry about is the speed. Yeah, there's going to be some instances where you have to double step, but they're easily double steppable. Other than that, good luck to both players. Let's get started.
All right, so I have coined a term for songs like this. Malkier picking up a break pretty early on, down by 4, that I like to call these foot speed light, like diet foot speed. Not really foot speed, but if you're going to be doing drills with like 200 BPM plus, some foot speed is involved.
Yeah. I mean, where this song originated was a really good idea. You know who made this? You know who made this playlist?
The over 200 BPM?
Yeah, the over 200 BPM.
No, I have no idea.
It was all black. It was all by Blackie.
Oh, fantastic.
So yeah,
That checks out.
So yeah, this is all released for the Beatmania 2DX Ultimate Mobile playlist, and it featured 10 songs, and the final song in that place was Typhon.
All right, so Dragon ahead right now by about 19. Malkier did pick up a great early on, a couple of them. Still hold on to the full combo, and it looks like Dragon did pick up along the way as well.
There's still some more chances to recover. Ooh. Still more chances to recover.
I don't know, anything can happen. So here we go. Malkier trying to regain himself after that miss.
Yeah. Put a little bit more 16s.
Yeah,
oh yeah,
Dragon
wow.
did pick up a miss.
Took a look on the player cam. He was really doing those crossovers.
Both of them having a little bit of trouble on those crossovers.
Really, yeah, really impressed by the crossovers that Malkier's doing. All right, double step heaven.
Now brought it back to like under about 10 points. And
pretty close.
12 points. Dragon takes it by 12. They tap it out. Malkier was, I talked to him, he was pretty unhappy. He shook his head as he got off play. He wasn't happy with his performance. Big Matt, as we saw at the previous tournament that we were at, the Down Right, the Pennsylvania tournament. Big Matt taking top 8. I think, if I'm correct, Big Matt, he got 6th. 6th place in a set against Renato, in which, fun fact, before that, I went to I took a little commentary break. I went to go get something to drink. End of the night, I went to go get some water. I have like a beer. And Big Matt sits next to me. We catch up, and he orders the tallest beer right before.
Oh my gosh.
And I laughed. I was like, really? And he's just like, he's like, oh no, I'm going to be good. I was like, okay, first of all, you don't need to explain yourself to me. We both have been at this a long time. Us boomers, we used to drink drinks. We used to drink and play DDR for fun. We're built different. You're fine. I'm not worried about you.
Yeah, I don't know anything about beer or alcohol.
It's good that you don't. I'm not saying, I mean, beer is good.
Yeah.
But don't rush. It's okay.
Okay.
Being intoxicated is incredibly overrated.
Oh,
so we're
okay.
warming up, actually.
Okay, warming up on Dropout from NONSTOP MEGAMIX. Even though this is a warm-up song, it hasn't been picked in some places because this is actually a pretty cool counter-pick song.
We saw it early on in the tournament in one of the earlier pools that this was a counter-pick.
Okay.
And it worked out. It actually worked out. They were losing by maybe a couple of points. And then the end happened.
Yeah, the ending
and
happened.
they won by a couple of points.
I wonder if it's because that after the freeze arrow, you need to switch both feet. That's how you're supposed to execute that final run. We'll get to that later. I'll show you what I mean.
I know what you mean. Yeah, you're right. It's more of, I think at that level it wasn't so much as in terms of like the actual execution of the foot placement. Just the fact that with this song especially, it's really easy to get comfortable because there's not really much going on.
Yeah.
And you can kind of tell that the experience from both of these places, they're ghost stepping most of it. They're staying active to kind of anticipate that, okay, I'm going to have to do like the runs at the end. And that's kind of the trap that a lot of people fall into with this chart.
Okay.
So
Anyways,
it came down to just like, the actual timing. It slid for the person who was in the lead.
So most of the time I do play Vivid, but I didn't realize that back on Max 2, the blue, yellow, the red, yellow, blue part where
What in terms of like solo, like if you were to pick solo colors?
Yeah, that's not me, but during that time on Max 2, those were green notes instead of yellows and blues. So they were improperly quantized, but it looks like it's been fixed here.
Oh yeah, they fixed those a long time.
Yeah.
So
praise be to DDRX for doing all of that.
So it was actually interesting. So Note didn't really exist. Note was, so if you ever want to select Note, Note was a console exclusive.
Yeah, Note is console exclusive.
So you had just like the regular one, Vivid, as it's called. You had, or I think it's called Rainbow. You had Rainbow, Solo, and then you had Flat.
Yeah, Flat.
And Stealth, and that was it. Like that's all you got. So Solo was kind of like, poor man's Note, so to speak.
I see what you mean.
The only issue is that back then, if you picked Solo, it turned on Solo for both players.
Yeah, that was the part that I didn't like.
You had to agree to it.
Another pick from Monkey Business Expert. Always love this one.
All right, we are getting started. We are playing the experts. Here we go. Not quite as technical as the CSP. But that being said, with it not being as technical, both players do have the knowledge check. They do know the BPM changes. It's going to come down to the MA. And as you see right here, PQ picking up his first perfect after about 55. Big Mac just 3 points right behind.
Oh, there comes the great yes. Guess he was ready for the fourth stop. No drama for now before the slowdown. Yep.
Big Mac
Hold
picking
up,
up a miss. But doing a good job.
Uh-oh. So, yeah, a lot of people would actually mess up where the freeze arrow jump can happen.
Yeah, and that
Crossover?
That gave Big Mac a chance to go ahead and take the lead. He's up by 7.
But yeah, it's still pretty close.
All right, so about 8-point lead for Big Mac right now.
Yeah. Song's almost done, but they're still not out of hot water yet. There's still a slowdown in there. More crossovers.
All right, so this is up to Big Mac to hold on to the lead. PQ's MA has been on point this entire tournament.
Yeah.
So let's see if he can go ahead and hold on to it, or PQ
Yeah,
go
both of
ahead
them
and slide
executed the slowdown pretty well. And now for the final 16.
All right, Big Mac holds on, takes it 13:57 to PQ's 13:46.
Yeah, good job to both. That was still pretty close.
21-1 and 32-1. And a miss. So, all right, we are going to the second song. It is PQ's pick.
Let's see.
Condor.
And it looks like we're going to be doing the expert chart.
So far, both players, we're staying on the lower end of the spectrum, which means we're just going to have to rely way more on the timing. Both players have a PFC. PQ with the better PFC with 16 perfects. Big Matt with 23.
The crossovers in here are really fun to execute, but I wouldn't blame anyone to double sevens just to get a good score. We're all here for it now.
I think that's where we're at on this one. This song is pretty great to play in general. This can be anyone's game, to be perfectly honest.
Yep. It's still 8th notes game, but there's gonna be a lot of 16 poly. There's gonna be a lot of 12 note poly rhythms in this part. Mostly the beginning and ending.
All right, so let's see how we start off. Let's see who sets the pace. Big Matt picking up a great. All right, but Big Matt's MA has been enough to go ahead and keep it tied.
Wow, he's dead.
Up a perfect right there.
Yeah, it's still dead even. Great
Right.
job to both players.
8th rhythm.
Oh wow, that is so cool to look at. All right, MA heaven here.
Both players with just the whiteboard of a combo right now.
An interesting thing is that since Marvelous does have a 3-frame window, you can actually see like a little differentiation between when the numbers go up. So cool to look at.
All right, Big Mac with 2-point lead right now. Both players did pick up some perfects along the way, but Big Mac kind of held on a little bit longer. He kind of got a couple.
And then coming up with more 12 poly rhythms.
All right, we're 1 point different. 1 point different. Here we go.
1 point.
PQ takes it by 1.
And it was the PFC that got him the win as well.
12.
Amazing.
Big Matt 9 and 2. PQ with 12.
Also props to Big Matt for getting that SDP as well.
That score was crazy. Fun and hilarious to also look at PQ's fast and slow. All of them were slow. Just 11 slow steps.
Wow. Amazing job both players, Big Matt. Alright, getting close. He's got to be around here somewhere. There it is. Dang, it's all the way at the bottom. I think I know why. Because the numbers display.
Okay, neither player with the PFC on this. Big Matt with a better score of 99.8. PQ with 99.5.
So something else that I found out on the PlayStation 2 version of Supernova 2 is that it was also improperly quantized with green notes.
That version sounds like it was all fucked up.
Yeah, it's even worse. I'll tell you where the green notes are.
Oh,
But
it was all green notes on this?
there was a big part where there was just green notes instead of the yellow and blue, and that caught me by big surprise because that's the only place in any of the DDR games.
All right, here we go. So ignoring their previous scores aside, both players have the MA to be able to PFC as well. So I totally expect the real PFC at the end.
Take a break. Okay.
All right, Pete keep ahead by about 3 EX points.
Slight bit of voltage. Yeah, still got those MAs down properly. All right, so this is where the green notes are.
Wow, of all the places.
This chart should not exist. Whoever made up the My Groove radar is hilarious.
All right, looks like PQ is actually still in the lead. Widening the gap by about 10, so Matt picks up some perfect in the back-to-back.
Yep. the extended version of Fifth Mix had more spice than this. I mean, it did have a combo of over 700.
All right, so we're about to go into the final part of the song. Not much of an opportunity left for Big Matt to come back.
All right, this is where we'll make and break a score.
Down by 13. Both of them pick up a great.
All right, it looks like you actually got it. More best FX scores.
And PQ takes it 1077. Big Matt's 1043. Ice cream. Shout out to Round 1. Speaking of, thank you. Shout out to our main sponsor. Okay, that's why. All right, so one of the songs that they picked, neither one of them had it unlocked.
Oh.
So they had to card draw for their starter song. That explains it. Okay. Yeah, shout out to Round 1, our host and provider for this tournament. Thank you so much for Round 1 for letting us have a damn good time and showcase some good-ass DDR for y'all. Speaking of which, we're going to play SHION.
Not really familiar with this one. It is from Ace, though.
I love this one. So the chart itself is very straightforward until the end.
Okay.
Where you get to a syncopated kind of 12 swung pattern that, in my opinion, it feels like it's really late. It's kind of odd. This song to me feels pretty late, but you know, in this pattern right here, as we kind of see both players are crushing the MA right now, Big Matt only ahead by about 1 to 2 points. It feels like it's just dead on because it's pretty simple. Nothing too complicated.
Yeah. 13s and DDR Ace have been pretty odd, but not as odd as some like 13s or like Egoism 440 odd.
This is true. All right, so we are tied going to this next section. All right, Big Matt still holding on to this little bit of a lead, even after the tie.
There's
Always
a
bringing
great.
it back.
But it's still anybody's game. We can still pick up some more MAs.
All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue with this, and we're going to have a little bit of a breather section of this song. Going to simplify the rhythm a little bit. Dragon pulling ahead by 3 EX points. Big Dragon still sitting on the PFC right now. Big Matt did pick up a great, but his MA has been enough that he's now ahead by 1 point. Here we go.
Oh, I see now. It's still pretty close with all these 12s.
Pretty close. Here we go. Here we go. Down to the last note.
Oh, what? Another one?
Dragon takes it.
Oh my gosh.
15-16 to 15-15. Dragon with 29 for PSC and Big Matt with 26 and 2.
Wow.
Yeah, so like right as I said, that end part is it feels quite late, and you saw that Big Matt got a great immediately as soon as it went into it.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, and it checks out. Dragon, even with the PSC, had 22 slows. So.
Okay. All right, looks like we're heading into the 14th.
Prevo.
Revolution, okay.
Okay. First Prevo sighting of the stream, chat. Might not be the last, knowing how things go in DDR tournament.
I remember seeing I did remember seeing a PARANOiA Revolution on the other cabinet though.
Oh, someone actually did?
Yeah.
Okay. At least on this stream. It's the first Prevo on this stream.
Before we do, let's talk about how this used to be a 13 one time.
I have no idea whose idea that was. But I'm glad that they have they have understood the error of their ways.
Maybe it was Tag because he was the one who did make this song.
We did talk, so earlier on we were talking about when Fascination Max came up, And Tag started off as a step chart producer
Yes.
for DDR. Fascination Max was one of his first charts that he made. He made every difficulty.
Wow.
He said it's one of his most memorable step charts he made.
I would say it is definitely memorable to my liking.
All right, here we go, chat. Both players starting off strong, as we always know it.
Yeah. Even though these patterns are simple, the breaks can definitely throw you in for a loop if you're not careful.
All right.
Especially these patterns right here.
Matt with a little bit of a lead by about 90x. Both sitting on a PFC right now. All right, here we go. We're going to go into the slowdown.
Yep, got the yellow note. I mean, technically it is kind of like a yellow note.
All right, as we hear the sound effects from old PARANOiA versions.
Yeah, always love to hear that. Usually I would just double step these parts. All right, back up to 360.
All right, Big Matt still holding up to the lead as we get ready to head into the stop.
Bang.
All right, Big Matt ahead by 17 points. Big Matt doing an amazing job holding on to it. Dragon's MA is still right on point, but let's see if he can go ahead and tighten up just a little bit more and go ahead and close that gap. We saw what happened in the last one.
Final
let's see if we can get
couple
a
of
repeat.
drills. There was a miss.
I'm so impressed I could cry.
76 and 49. There's still going to be a couple more parts. I can really break it.
All right, Big Matt. Drop those drills right there in the beginning, in the first set, but dialed it in. You saw him really buckle down and dial it in to make sure he made that whole entire end, and he takes it 15-30 to Dragons 1487.
And the card draw is.
We will see. Judging how RTO did not walk over here and immediately go, look at this shit. We're doing Silly Love, in which I'm happy because this song is holy shit amazing.
It is.
This is one of the best songs that came out of Heroic Verse.
Everything about this song that I really love.
Like, D.D. Mouse is, in a few songs, D.D. Mouse has only made maybe about 3 songs for all the D-Money games. Every single one of them have been a banger. We have this, and then we have Crazy For You for Dance Rush, which was one of the final Lecture Stage songs for the Spark Fest. I have had people who, when I stream the song, they don't know Dance Rush, they just kind of say hi, and they immediately say, who made this song? So this song is incredible. Silly Love is another one where people say,
you can really pay very close attention to the lyrics. You can, like near the, I would say that it's near the slowdown, you hear the lyrics saying, I want an everlasting love.
The song is adorable, and hopefully you're able to catch enough of the music video in the background. It's adorable. Shout out to our sponsor, Concon by Emu. Concon, or Emu, had Silly Love shirts, and they sold out immediately.
Yeah. I remember Silly Love when it was being played by Snack Attack.
So that being said, here we go.
But this 14 is pretty tricky. I will give it that.
It is. One thing about this is that it does have a BPM change. It is not substantial. It's not a significant BPM change. It's maybe about, I do believe, like 8 BPM or something like that.
Yeah.
It's a very small amount, but it's enough that your timing will slide on it if you're not ready for it.
All right, breaking the patterns.
You're the combo king.
Similar patterns, but now we're going to be crossing over.
Can't wait to see it.
All right, we are within 1 point of each other in a tie.
Now it's going to be all Scoobies instead of crossovers. Usually you can just try to foot switch these patterns, or they actually like to jack a Scooby them, which is really hard to do.
Okay. So, I went ahead and did due diligence, checked my work.
Yeah.
So the next section that we're about to go to a slowdown. starts off at, this goes from to 124 BPM.
124, okay.
And then it speeds up to 153. So
Both
I would
players
say
are
it's
getting
about,
down.
most people it's about a half of a speed mod of a change, but it's enough for it to slide.
Yeah.
And as you kind of saw right there, a little bit of an adjustment right there, but they did a really good job of acclimating.
This is a close one still.
And Big Mac takes it by 13
13.
as they hug it out. 1673 to 1660. 51-1-1 from Dragon. 33-5 from Big Mac.
Yeah, both of them solid scores.
So next up we have Malkier, who is hopping right back on the pad. Got a little bit of a chance to take a breather. He was frustrated. He was a little bit flustered from his previous set.
And there it is. On the second stream, we have another PARANOiA Revolution play.
It's that time of the tournament. Like I said, it's first time we saw it on this stream. Definitely not going to be the last. The amount of opportunity to catch a wild PARANOiA Revolution will go up. Get your Pokeballs ready, Chad.
Yeah.
So hopefully a little bit of a break that Malkier got was enough for him to kind of mentally reset and kind of take another swing at it and see how he does. He will be going up against PQ, who is in his, I do believe this is his fourth pool.
Fourth. Okay.
Yeah, he qualified, you know, a little ways back, and he has just been laser focused ever since, and he has just been knocking out.
Just to clarify, he was the guy who got the full combo on Egoism 440 challenge.
Today?
No, on Genesis. I forgot what it was that place.
I don't think PQ got that.
I'm thinking about somebody else.
If he did, that's news to me. And why didn't I hear about it?
I don't know, but there was a time where I saw like one person who got like a blue full combo on Egoism 440 in tournament.
Oh, that's rad.
Yeah.
Okay. Thanks. Shout out to Chaos.
Okay, yeah, thank
It
you
was
so
someone
much,
else.
Chaos.
I was like, I would have heard about that.
Franco, that's his name. Yeah, thank you, Chaos.
Ah, Osaka Type 1.
First time seeing this one?
Oh, no.
Okay.
I'm a Type 3 fan. That's my favorite
I'm a
chart.
Type 3 fan as well. Mostly known for its BPM and low count for 15. Low step count for 15. Back then, this used to be a 16. Yeah. But I will say that this is the easiest of the three.
Yes. And so far, Malkier is ahead. The reset helps. He is ahead by about 1 to 3 points. Does pick up a great right there, so does catch up. All right. Now it looks like PQ is ahead. Nope, the lead changes right back and forth. We're just bouncing back and forth between the two, y'all. So this is going to be close as we go into this next section.
Yep, 200 BPM. Yeah, this 200 BPM section is long and it's not like segmented like the other two versions.
200 combo.
All right, PQ still maintaining that lead. He's ahead by about 10 points.
All right, heading into the 150 BPM section. Usually this breaks my run.
Okay, picking up a couple of greats right there.
300 combo.
That is going to keep a 30-point lead.
250 BPM.
You're on fire.
Executing those foot switches nicely. Yeah, this is a big crossover section for this part. And finally, the 300 BPM.
All right, strong finish from both. PQ takes it 1347. So Malkier is 1288. 1291, I'm sorry.
Yeah, shout out to
PQ with
PQ for getting the AAA full combo.
Yes, with 68 and 5. He impressed himself. He's like, he let a loud woo! He got his Ric Flair popped up. And we are not slowing down, so we're going to Emera. Are we sticking with the CSP?
We're doing the 17th now.
We
Okay.
are in the 17 part of the bracket of the pool.
be extra exclusive now. No longer Rhino's Adventure, though.
So, as I like to say, I always like to tell people what to expect at different levels. If you are an aspiring DDR player and you think you're ready to start cracking into the upper levels, this is a song that you need to know by the back of your hand. This will get picked on you a lot. This shows up in card draw in the 17s very often.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I know this song pretty well with its massive laterals.
And ooh, Malkier picked up a miss right there.
I think he's trying to take a bit of a breather. There's another miss.
Yeah, and now PQ picked up a miss. So both players are kind of just trading a little bit of difficulty on those early patterns.
PQ seems to like
And yeah, PQ picking up another miss too.
It seems like Malkier is trying to do those crossovers legit. Yep. Here's
And
more
he's doing them, and he's nailing them, and it's paying off. He's catching up to PQ. Oh, amazing execution from both.
Wow.
PQ picking up a miss right outside that freeze. I think he kind of buckled down a little too hard on the stream right there.
Yeah, but PQ is still ahead. More crossovers.
Both players picking up a miss. All right, Malkier now in the lead.
Not by much, but this is steal anybody's game
All right,
with the
28.
final run.
Here we go towards the end. And Malkier takes it, fires back. He shakes his head, but he gets the dub. 1670 by 10 points. He's upset, but I would be thrilled. You got the dub. You're up by 10. You have taken it to a tiebreaker.
All right, so this next one, we got our pick song.
Oh.
Which one is it?
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we'll send you meditation. So chat, get ready to expect some wackiness. So song slides from 150 to 190. It could be me because I'm so used to playing this song on CDX. I just have this rhythm burn in my brain. But I feel like the timing is pretty on sync for this one. I was like, I'm not sure how you feel about this. The timing is pretty on sync. It is an execution. It is a execution song. So we did see that Malkier is no stranger to being able to throw into the crossovers in any turns as necessary. PQ a little bit more on kind of double stepping as necessary. So we're going to see how this works out with this chart.
Starting off at 150. Picking up a great. Let's see something that's happening with if I can take a look more at the camera. Up to 190. We're staying at 190.
All right, Malkier with really gorgeous MA going through that, but PQ also doing the same.
Picking up the greats there.
Yep, but PQ is still holding on to it.
Oh no, Malkier just gets up.
All right, so PQ is going to end up taking it as Malkier decides that he wants to, he just wasn't feeling it, so he just kind of walked off.
Yeah. I think something happened when he was trying to get that Emera 17.
Yeah. All right, so PQ is going to end up moving on. But shout out to Malkier for taking them to the card draw. All right, so Malkier staying on the pad. Had a little bit of a flare right there, walking off right there. Definitely getting a little flustered. So hopefully he can kind of keep it together, reorganize himself mentally, and just kind of relax. It's really easy to get into your own head, get a little bit upset at your own performance, and hold yourself to a really high expectation, because some of these people, you know, you're coming from all over. It's been your first tournament in a long time, and you want to do well. You want to put on a performance.
Exactly.
So hopefully we can go ahead and reset, you know, kind of calm down the tilt. Tilt happens to us all. But he is up against Big Mac, who is up 1 in this pool. And we are going to play Super Samurai.
Super Samurai, okay. One of the hottest party boss songs.
Yes. Still a consistently strong 15 to this day. Big Matt has a PFC of 27 perfect, whereas Malkier doesn't quite have a PFC. He does have a 99.3.
Yeah, this used to be a 16 in X.
Yes, it was. You know what? I think it's fine as a 15.
Yeah. All right. Tricky at the beginning with its more stops. But it looks like all of them executed well for another stop. Nice.
Both of them doing a great job. Big Matt only ahead by about 6 points. Malkier picking up a grade.
Oh, he picked up a grade.
Yeah. I really think we should have. I think we should have waited that out. So Big Matt's going to go ahead and take back.
And look by the looks of things, he's using light 4 as well.
Yeah.
I didn't realize it.
Maybe that was intentional. I feel like that was intentional.
Oh well. Alright, well, the first point goes to Big Matt.
Big Matt, I'm sure, is happy to take those. Gave him a chance to go ahead and hydrate, get some water. So this is an all June set. All of you June stands out there, get hyped. I'm living right now. Silver Dream is my favorite. Is one of my favorite June songs.
I think it's my favorite as well. But man, this chart. Although I will say Komodo Princess is worse.
I don't like playing Komodo Princess as much.
Yeah.
I'll agree with you there. All right, here we go. Big Matt. Big Matt's
DDR
pick.
X3 extra stage song. Once again, he's getting grades at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yep, that was one quick round.
It was quick. Big Matt goes ahead and just takes it 2-0. I'll be right back.
Yeah. We're just going to be moving on. Alright, so what is the first song? Alright, so guess we're going to be doing Possession 20th Anniversary Mix. Soda Fujinori's second season, respect for Tag. Shout out to Tag. But yeah, a lot more trickier than the original Possession with as many BPM changes. They can really fly out of nowhere if you're not careful. And even so, there are some patterns in this 14 that could break the run.
First stage.
Right. See what happens.
Here comes the beat.
Starting to what people like to call the Tag Underground Overlay Unleashed part. A pattern that we can just get used to 380 BPM.
100 combo.
Alright, slow down a bit. Similar, kind of like the original possession. Oh yeah, there's also stops that you got to be careful about. Dragon getting a miss on that. Speeding up immediately instead of stopping. There's going to be a series of stops. Oh, taking another great. PQ still holding the lead quite nicely. DDR. Alright, take a little break for this little one. Stop. Alright, starting to back up again. No stops included.
That's what I'm talking about. You got the magic touch, baby.
Alright, PQ still holding that lead, and now for the crossover jumps. This is where it can break a run without even knowing what the BPM could be. Jumps more.
You're gonna break the meter. Can't wait to see it.
And then there's that random one out of nowhere. Oh, Dragon not happy about that.
500 combo. Yes.
But yeah, but it looks like PQ is going to be taking that out in style. 20-point difference, I believe. Or
Superb perfection. Greatness.
yeah, those stops can really throw you off if you're not careful, and plus, it will always throw you off on first playing. Yeah. 20th anniversary makes it a really tough one, no matter how you bend it. All right, next up is Blake. Another one of those over 200 BPM songs.
Select level.
Unlike the other ones who are pretty much stamina heavy, this one takes advantage. This one takes advantage of the crossovers and laterals.
Second stage.
If you don't do those crossovers properly, you can be in a bit of a pickle after having some 16 patterns flow into the mix as well.
Show me. You're the combo king. Come on, everybody. Make some
All right, first verse. Already the white combo for PQ, very nice.
100 combos.
Yep, this is where the crossover starts coming to play.
So,
And there's also some 2 of those step jumps as well.
I crown you king. Combo king.
Oh, PQ picking up a good.
200 combos.
Alright, this is where the crossovers need to come into the play, otherwise you're going to be in a very rough spot. And picking up the Dragon, picking up some breaks. Still more crossovers. Still can be easily double step. Second verse.
They're cheering for you. Only you, baby.
Yeah, with that part, with all those parts in there, you do have to start the second pattern with your opposite foot. Oh, a miss.
400 combos.
Short breather.
Yo, check the crowd.
Looks like these two still can be handled nicely, but anybody's game with this 20-point difference.
You got the flow. Keep up the pressure.
All right, final vocal. Dragon not too happy with the breaks he's getting, but difference.
Check that crowd.
Yeah, chart's not easy for this particular 14, but overall PQ taking it.